What's going on, y'all? Guess what we making today? We making a deer meat ragu. It's gonna be so tasty. Oh my goodness. And if you don't like deer, just substitute beef. That's all you gotta do. Use you some beef and it'll be tasty for you. But anyway, don't forget to give me the LSS. And if this your first time, welcome. Hope you come again. But you know what time it is. Let's get it. So we gonna start off by raining on our deer meat. We gonna hit it with a little salt, a little pepper. Oh yeah. And as soon as we get that seasoned up, both sides out, we gonna get into our pot. And all we doing here, we just want to get a good sear on our deer meat. Now, I'm using the offcut, like the bottom round, just the toughest cuts that are on the deer that most people use for ground. But hey, you can do this with it too. You can do this with it too. So once we get our deer meat brown, let's go ahead and get it out this pot. Oh yeah, that brown in that meat gonna give it so much flavor, y'all. So now we gonna go ahead and get our veg in. We got onions, carrots, bell pepper, and celery. You know, I'm a Louisiana guy, so I got to have bell pepper in my stuff, y'all. Just me. And then we gonna go ahead and rain on with a little salt and pepper. I know I stay in St. Louis. I don't be trying to confuse y'all, but raised in Louisiana, you gotta understand. In the country part too, y'all. Hammond. Intangible whole parish. So once we get done raining on our veg and it browns up a little bit, we're gonna add in a can of tomato paste, and then we're gonna add in a cup of wine, red wine. Now, y'all want to use some cheap wine. Don't go buy no expensive wine talking about cooking it. You want to buy a cheap wine, something that you actually like the taste of though. You know. And then use that to cook with. Then we gonna go ahead and add in a cup of beef broth. Now I had me some deer stock. I done used it all up though. But if you got deer stock, use that, y'all. Use that. Then after we get done mixing that up real good and getting that combined with that tomato paste, we gonna add in our deer meat. Now if you're using beef, use your beef that you're using. You know, I recommend the tougher cuts of beef though. Just use the tougher cuts. Gotta use them too. Now into our container, we're gonna go ahead and add in some ground deer meat. And to that we're gonna crack 2 eggs into. Basically making meatballs, y'all. Cause meatballs is meatballs, no matter what kind of meat it is. And then we're gonna add in some garlic powder. Now I have about 2 pounds of deer meat, so we're adding in 2 eggs, a tablespoon of garlic powder, a tablespoon of onion powder, about a tablespoon of oregano, and 2 tablespoons of basil. And then we're coming in with a 1/4 cup of panko bread. And we're gonna have to get our hands dirty out and go ahead and mix this up by hand. Now, like I said, if you want to use beef, just use this as beef too, as well. Or you can do a beef pork mix, however you like your meatballs to be. Now, in my deer meat I have here, I added about a quarter pound of beef fat just to give it a little bit more swank, because deer don't have a lot of fat in it. Now, this is what our meatballs gonna look like. Not too big, not too small. And then we're just gonna line them up on our tray, leaving enough space in between for each of them to do their thing. See how they look, y'all? Oh yeah. So we gonna go ahead and get these into a 400-degree oven for 20 minutes. Now after about an hour, this is what we got here. So we gonna add some tomato sauce. Now this is just canned tomato sauce. So I'm adding 2 cans. Now, it's gonna vary depending on how much you're actually trying to make, of course. But if you do exactly what I do, this is how much you want to add. Now to this, we're gonna add 2 cups of water. And we're gonna give this a mix. We're gonna let this boil down once again. So yeah, after about another hour, look at it. That deer meat starting to tender up, because it's gonna take a minute, because this is one tough piece of that deer, y'all. And if you use beef, it's the same thing. It's gonna be tough just like this, y'all. It really is. So once we done started to get that meat tender, we gonna go ahead and add in our meatballs, because our meatballs aren't all the way done. And we gonna finish them off in the sauce, which just is gonna be so good. And also we gonna add in us some Italian sausage. Oh my goodness. Gotta have that Italian sausage. So let's go and get this cut up into bite-sized pieces. Now for anybody that hunt deer, this is definitely a must try. I'm telling you, get away from just grounding up that meat. Don't waste it like that. There's so many good ways to cook that deer. I can show you so many good ways. We're gonna go ahead and let that finish up doing this thing. And then we're gonna add a little salt into our water. And it's just to boil our pasta, y'all. And we using angel hair today. But you can use any kind of pasta you like. Any kind. It's all gonna be tasty. So we're gonna get that pasta in. And after about 15 minutes, that pasta is ready to go, y'all. And then we gonna get our sauce right on in, because that's all we needed. Look at that. Don't it look good? I know it look good. So tasty, y'all. So tasty. Now with mine, I went on and added me some Parmesan cheese on the top. Man, oh my goodness. But anyway, y'all know what time it is. Love, peace, and keep it grilling, y'all. See ya.